Hello, it's Shane, and I'm coming at you today because I've been treating a lot of people who have a lot of chest congestion. So these are people who've either had to cancel their appointments because their cold has really moved into their chest and they're very phlegmy or mucusy, or it's people who are on the tail end of their illness and they're still producing, like still coughing a lot and having kind of that production but not necessarily going anywhere. So this technique is something I've basically been showing like at least half the people I see each day. And if people are canceling, I'm sending them like a short clip, but I wanted to do a longer video. So this technique I'm going to show you, you can do on yourself. And then you can also do it on partners, kids. I do it on my kids, my family. Obviously I do it in treatment. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on the rib cage, okay? So obviously if you're doing it to yourself, there's only so much of the rib cage you can access, which is the front part, right? And the sides. Now when we're looking at the sides, you want to landmark, it's kind of at the lower, like the lower rib cage is at kind of the level of where your elbow is. So you don't want to be going any lower because we really want to be working on the hard surface of the ribs and not on the soft tissue that's getting into the lower back area. If you're doing it on someone else, then you can access the back of the ribs, which is a beautiful way to help them. But I'm not going to show you that today because it's just me. So this is a clapping technique, and there's a very special way you need to put your hand. So this, I'm just smacking myself, right? That's not what we're going for. You want to make a cup with your hand, and it should make this sound. You hear how there's like a hollow there? So it's different, right? Hear that? That one's even more beautiful, right? You can really hear that. And so this is the technique you're doing. You're going to be clapping, for lack of a better word, cupping is really what it is, on your rib cage. So it's really accessible. This would be the upper lung area, right? Because the lungs are housed within the rib cage. You could do both at the same time. I know that's a little bit of a Tarzan move. Then you can also move down the side of your ribs, right? So cupping down the side. And you can also work, now depending on your chest, you can also work the lower ribs. It's harder to do over the breast tissue, so I just recommend doing it kind of around, right, on both sides. And the reason for this, why does this work, is because like mucus, it wants to come out of your body, right? It's attaching to whatever's going on in your lungs, and it wants to be out. But a lot of times we don't feel well. We're sitting around and we're not getting the movement to keep moving it going and coming up. So what this does is it kind of creates a vibration effect and kind of rattles the lungs so that the mucus kind of falls off the sides. This is a very basic definition. So as you're doing this, it sends a vibration. That vibration moves the lung tissue, right? And then whatever the mucus on there starts to move. And then often, if you have a lot of congestion in there, you will start coughing and potentially coughing up what needs to come out. And I know that's not always pleasant, but it's something that's much needed so it doesn't just continue to cause further kind of issues. And chest congestion can lead to pneumonia. It's not very like an everyday thing. Obviously, we get colds all the time and it doesn't move to pneumonia, but this is a good way to start clearing it out, just to be as vigilant as you can. So again, that nice cupping sound, and I'm going quite firm, right? I'm not just kind of like cupping lightly. It is a firm contact, so you really get the benefits of like moving and rattling kind of through the lungs, so you can have that mucus come out and expel it. because you want it out, not in. So give it a try and let me know how that goes.